Greetings, Scars of Honor community, and welcome to a new episode of the Dev Diaries series. Today, I'm sitting here with Venelin, our founder and CEO of Beastburst Entertainment, the man who dreamt up Scars of Honor as a concept and as a game. How many years ago?
Around 5 or even a bit more than that. But when you love what you do, the time flies. And
And some friends have joined along the way, so it's no longer a lonely task.
well, that's the case with us. This is what motivates me and the whole team to continue this amazing project. When the team grows bigger, everyone just sees the road ahead, and it's really optimistic about what we can do.
And it's very motivating to just talk with all the talented people that are working on very different things in the office itself.
2D, 3D
Mm.
programmers, it's everything is just a dream come true. When you go to the department, when you see what they are doing, what they are building, when you can touch with the artistic approach, the artistic flavor that they provide to the whole experience, and when you combine it with the complicated algorithms that our developers write to prepare the servers, to prepare the game client, it becomes something extraordinary. It looks really complicated, but end of the day, when you dedicate it on when you split it on smaller chunks and you provide specific people to the ability for them to focus on this chunk, it just becomes well connected and really productive.
What you're just describing just gets to show how complicated of a task building an MMO game is. And actually, I want to focus today's discussion around that. You just described all of the complicated systems. Server maintenance is one big discussion. Balancing PvP is another. Filling such a voluminous world with history, with characters, with and environment simply is a completely third different thing. But tell me, what is the Beast Burst approach to such a heavy task?
The biggest driver is the passion to the product, to filling the gap of
Mhm.
what I was seeing as missing, and still I see as missing in the market out there for this. When it's something is so much complicated, you need to take your time, sit down, split it into small chunks, and try to simplify things. You don't need to go and explain the whole project, the whole aspects of the project to someone and expect that he's going to understand everything
Mhm.
out of it. My approach to this was, first of all, I never found it as work,
Mhm.
as something that will make money out of it. I was going this road just because I was interested in how an game as an MMORPG, what stands behind it,
Mhm.
what system it have, how they interact with each other. Back then, when I started it, I was simply said a
Mhm.
developer, but being a developer is not an easy task at all. But still, as a developer, you know your world. You write your code, your systems work,
Mhm.
there are bugs and stuff, you fix them, you go. Okay, but to make a game, it requires something more. In my case, it was really interesting, and surprisingly for me, it was interesting to see how the 3D world is built. What that means is how to create a 3D character, what means to be game ready. And all this I was doing part time after my official work day. When it was ending, I was sitting till late nights, no earlier than 2 a.m. in the morning,
Okay.
just doing that, then going on the work, explaining to my colleagues what I've learned yesterday, how amazing it was, then struggling all night with the problems that I faced. How am I supposed to resolve these ones? And I went through creating textures, making 3D models, making environments, diving deeper into networking, how it works, how it interacts. Then I started digging around some game engines, what
Mhm.
this one will provide me, what this one will provide me. Years went by, years I mean 2 or 3 years at
Mhm.
least. I had something as a small product that I felt like it's going to be interesting for the people to see. When I shared it, I saw amazing interest towards this project. Probably the fact that I never dreamed of making this as a professional or creating a company that can someday give you back some revenue of what you did, I went into a situation where investors were giving me the suggestion that it's quite a good time to start a company out of this one. Look what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you have 50 people around you, what then you can do. And basically that was the sentence that convinced me. It was never money, it was never anything close to that, because I felt people need something.
Mm-hmm.
Me as a gamer, I felt like, yes, there are several very good MMORPGs, they are extremely good,
Mm-hmm.
but still I felt like they are missing something that is extremely important, and it's in the heart of the MMORPG genre, and that's the interaction with the community. When you make a MMORPG game, at the soul of it, it's a multiplayer game. Multiplayer games are played with people. If you don't have enough people there, and even if you have people, but then they're not interacting with each other, I feel like you missed the whole point of the game. I wanted to achieve some great game that is based and focused on the community. You get inside and you get to know these people that you are playing with.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you can just go and play some single player game and that's it. So when I received the message, imagine what you can do with 50 people behind you, that was the killer for me. And I said, we go.
And it feels a bit symmetric now that you are creating a work community to work on a community-driven game.
it's all it's all based on what I believe should be the focus, because
Mm-hmm.
when you give heart and soul to some product, people see it. There
Mm-hmm.
is no way people not to see this. On the other side, if you do something that is nasty, that
Mm-hmm.
is shady, and you try to hide it, people will see it. There is no way for you to hide anything similar.
Absolutely.
So give your heart, give your soul to the product. People will see, they will love it. The same way is with the company. Show them what's the direction, what you believe. Find people such as you who believe in the same way,
Mm-hmm.
and together with them, you can create amazing stuff. And I'm blessed for that.
You yourself said that this has been a very long process, and I wanted to ask you, how did you transform the initial hype, the initial passion that every creator feels when they start a new
Mhm.
project, when it's exciting, when you're curious and you want to find all of these different things? But how do you transform that into the discipline that kept you going for 3 years before new people joined in the company?
Basically, when you think about MMORPG, most of the people say, "Oh no, this is too complex. This is too hard to be created. I will try something more simple.
Mm-hmm.
I will try something smaller, and I'll focus on that." When you do that, and your game is just smaller,
Mm-hmm.
you have like one, two, three, four, five things to
Yeah.
do. You do first one, the second one, third one, and then you get tired. With MMORPG, it has a lot of obstacles, but it provides you a field where you can get. Today I was really tired with development, etc. I want to change my mindset a little bit, and you go with the artists and you
Mm-hmm.
see the amazing stuff, and then you just, your mind offloads and just relaxes from being a developer into going and seeing the artistic stuff that
Mm-hmm.
your team can provide.
Because I assume a lot of young game development enthusiasts are now watching this video, and maybe right now they're working on their own personal creative project. Can you give them some advice for from what you've learned so far?
Right away, don't do MMORPG. Don't do it. That's the first thing. But joke aside, you should find something that you enjoy to do, that you love to do. Ask yourself, am I willing to work on this every day for the next 5 years? And if you doubt yourself, or you just say no, then just go and do something else. The hardest part in life is to find something that you love to do. If you find it, everything happens. People in these days are focused on let's make money, let's make money, let's make money. But they forgot the most important stuff. Find what you love, do it with love and passion. Money and everything comes afterwards. It's just that easy.
Can I ask you, what for you is the perfect end game scenario for Scars of Honor? What do you want the game to achieve at the very end?
I really would like to see Scars of Honor as a driving force for the gamers, for the MMORPG community, to get back into the roots of it and to be a healthy community and to be a healthy place and an enjoyable place to spend the nights with your friends online. Basically, that's the best thing that I would like to see out of Scars of Honor. What I really would not like to see is to look at Scars of Honor as some sort of another MMORPG big title killer, etc. Because this I really don't believe is any way beneficial, even for the gamer or for the company making it.
Yeah.
Because think of it, we started out of nowhere, created an amazing project, and we reached, let's say, the third biggest MMO. This is amazing achievement, unbelievable achievement. But for the people who was always thinking this will be the next big thing, this will be the next big thing, they expect nothing but way better than the number one position.
Yeah.
Which, you see, you set yourself an expectation which you don't have to actually. At the moment, just I want to go step by step, take the most of the feedback that I can take from the community, because this is the for what we are building it for, and out of there create a project that everyone will enjoy, not just because I believe it's going to be good. I want to create something that will be a product of multiple requests, let's say.
Can I ask you a couple of questions written not by me, but by the community?
Of course.
So here I have questions that our amazing people from the Discord server asked during February. The first question is, do you plan to do transmog unique to the class race or not, and do a mix of everything?
Basically, in every system that you design, that you do, you should allow the community, the people, to have as much as options they can. However, in certain scenarios, this can really backfire, and you need to put some kind of restrictions and design boundaries of how you would like the system, how you would like to see the system at a complete state. That said, I think it will be really unpleasant to see, let's say, big, strong orc warrior with wizard cape, for example, because it just does not fit the war of the class itself. So I would like to restrict it in a meaningful way, like if you are a warrior, if you are a paladin, let's say, they're kind of close. They can use some of them in between, but not everything. There will be sets for warrior, sets for paladin, sets for witch, etc., etc.
Now we have another question. How do you plan to design the dungeons? Is it mostly NPC packs, or is it the focus on puzzle solving, jumping plates, obstacles, or a bit of everything?
I would like to see a dungeon. I would like to participate in a dungeon where you can have a bit of everything with a moderation again. Also, I would like to see that mechanics are always different in the dungeon, but with the hints. For example, when you get in, you look for the hints which are telling you that this boss now is going to cast arcane spells instead of fire spells. For example, this boss right now is going to fly on top and cast a spell instead of making a whirlwind at the middle of the room, for example. So diversity is the key here, because if it's always repeatable and it's always the same, it gets boring. You need to somehow create a diversity.
Here we have a very interesting question that is a bit meta, because it's actually something outside of the game. Have we thought about making a community-driven wiki type of site that can help the players, but also so the players can help each other?
Of course, this is a hub where community can interact with each other, share experience, share knowledge. This is extremely beneficial, but I feel like the company should focus on making such project when the game is at a release state or nearly a released state. Because at the moment, we're really focused on designing the systems, making the systems reality, and quite often than not, they get completely changed, tweaked in a different way. And if you have a follow-up project as such, that means you need to go invest your time and redo the work there again. So we're trying to act smart at that situation and delay this project for future. But for sure, yes, we plan to do such thing.
I wanted to ask you, because we're around the end of our discussion, would you like to ask our community some sort of a question?
Well, yes, we at Beast Burst Entertainment, we always said that from the community for the community. That said, I was thinking lately, what do you guys think? Would you like to see more of live streams? What kind of topics you would like to be covered on those live streams? Please share in the comments
Mm,
if you would like to see such thing. So yeah, I would like to have a even better interaction with the community. And one suggestion is do more live streams. Do you guys agree? What you would like to see there?
absolutely.
Let
I,
us know.
I, for one, would love to get my hands on some proper live streaming. So yeah, please, guys, please. Well, guys, I think this is the end of our Dev Diary discussion for today. As you saw, today we're experimenting with a little bit of a longer format. I myself am having a lot of fun with this. I hope you had as well.
Yeah.
And let me know in the comments if you would like to see more such long format discussions with the rest of the team members, and maybe some even external guests that we can get our hands
Why
on.
not? Why not?
Tell us what you like in the comments. Definitely subscribe to be always up to date with the latest Scars of Honor news, and I'll see you next time.
See you, beasts.